The year is 700 BC, and King Hezekiah rules over Judah in Jerusalem. The Assyrians are poised to attack the city, and when they do, Hezekiah's engineers will have only 3 days to activate one of the most amazing engineering projects in all of history. It is the Siloam Tunnel, and its story has been hidden for over 2,700 years. This is a Bible Facts video, and today we're going to learn about the Siloam Tunnel, how it was built, why it was built, and what it has to do with the Assyrian siege of Jerusalem. Do you want to know more? Then subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. You can also follow us on social media, where we share extras not found anywhere else. Now let us head back to ancient times to see how this incredible feat of engineering came to be. But before we do, take a second to give this video a like. It really helps us out. Hezekiah was the son of King Ahaz, and though his father didn't believe in Yahweh, Hezekiah did. In fact, he trusted God so much that when the Assyrians attacked, he prayed for a miracle. Miraculously, an angel appeared and slew 185,000 soldiers, saving Jerusalem. But the king learned a lesson from this event. Never trust the Assyrians. But after the Assyrians were defeated, another problem emerged. The prophet Isaiah warned King Hezekiah that even though God had saved his people once, he would not always be there to protect them. If Hezekiah trusted in God, he must also trust in himself and be prepared. How could he best be ready for an emergency? What if the Assyrians attacked again? The answer came to him in a dream. He was to dig a tunnel through the solid rock under the city's walls, one that would allow water to flow into the city from the nearby spring of Netopha. Hezekiah immediately got to work. Day and night, men swung pickaxes, and women carried baskets of dirt out of the tunnel. But just as digging seemed to be going well, problems emerged. They discovered solid bedrock that made further tunneling impossible, unless they took a different route. So they dug upwards toward the surface, hoping to find a way out. But then water started pouring in. They had struck an underground river, but there was still no exit. So they began digging downwards again, guided by nothing more than faith and hope. But even after 400 days of digging, their situation looked grim. They had nearly depleted their food supply, and the project looked far from complete. But suddenly, at that lowest point, one of the workers cried out, "Here's water." He held up a dripping clay pipe, stuck in the ground like a stopper in a bottle. Water flowed freely from it. Someone had evidently sealed the spring of Netopha above them, and the same spring that threatened to flood their tunnel now provided a fresh water source for the city. But another danger awaited. When Hezekiah inspected the tunnel, he saw that it was too small for men to pass through. The workers had been so busy digging that they hadn't left enough room for themselves. Would all their hard work go to waste because nobody could get through the tunnel? But Hezekiah had an idea. He sent 100 men to check out the tunnel, and they went through easily. Why? Because they had taken off their armor, belts, swords, everything that made them larger than the tunnel. And so the Siloam Tunnel was completed, an incredible engineering marvel 1,700 feet long and 5 feet high. In case of an emergency, the citizens of Jerusalem could use it to bring water into the city. All they had to do was open 52 clay pipes set into the tunnel wall every 30 feet. The pipes were sealed with wax, but pulling out the plug would allow the water to flow. The tunnel was so ingenious that it could even regulate the water level. For example, when one man pulled out 2 plugs, the water rose about a hand's breadth. But the tunnel was never used during Hezekiah's lifetime, and it remained unused for centuries. That is, until the time of Jesus. One day, he and his disciples were walking near the tunnel when Jesus told them, "If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink." Then he declared, "For as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up." John tells us that Jesus was referring to the Siloam Tunnel, which was still standing 2,000 years ago. But the tunnel wasn't just important for its water supply. To the Jews, it represented freedom. Just as their ancestors had dug a tunnel to save themselves from the Assyrians, Jesus had come to save them from their sins. By placing these two events side by side, Jesus taught his followers that he was the Messiah, the one who would deliver God's people from sin's penalty. After Jesus ascended into heaven, the Siloam Tunnel continued to serve as a water source for the people. Even today, its 1,700-year-old pipes are in good condition. In 1883, an engineer named Charles Warren rediscovered the tunnel. confirming its existence, which had only been mentioned in the Bible. Then, in 1905, excavations revealed the tunnel's mouth, hidden for centuries beneath an Islamic shrine called the Fountain of the Virgin Mary. Later, other tunnels leading to the Siloam Tunnel were uncovered, indicating that Jerusalem's inhabitants had used it for centuries. One of the most exciting discoveries came in 1970, when archaeologists unearthed a stone slab near the tunnel's entrance. Carved on the slab was an inscription written in the ancient Hebrew language. It read, "From here, the waters of the pool of Siloam flowed, bringing pure water to the house of David." It was a remarkable discovery. For the first time, historians had tangible proof that the Siloam Tunnel actually existed. But it gets even better. In 2017, researchers returned to the tunnel to conduct more tests. Using non-invasive techniques, they peered inside the tunnel to get a glimpse of what it looked like 2,700 years ago. Their discovery was mind-blowing. They found that the tunnel contained several structures built into its walls, including pools, chambers, shafts, and ramps. Archaeologists also discovered dozens of clay fragments imprinted with stamps showing the emblem of King Hezekiah. These clay stamps indicate that the tunnel was indeed built during Hezekiah's reign. Researchers also found a seal impression bearing the name of Uriah, a prominent figure in Hezekiah's court. These new findings confirm what scholars had long suspected, that the Siloam Tunnel was built during the 8th century BC, making it one of the oldest large-scale public works projects ever undertaken. It also suggests that Hezekiah had many more construction projects in the works, some of which may never have been completed. It seems likely that the Siloam Tunnel was part of a larger system of aqueducts and reservoirs designed to bring water into Jerusalem. Researchers hope to uncover more about this ancient network in the years to come. As for the inscription carved into the tunnel wall, it was probably added centuries later during the reign of King Nehemiah. He led a group of exiles back to Israel and oversaw the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls. Though the Siloam Tunnel was never used during Hezekiah's lifetime, it played a pivotal role in Jewish history. During the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, the Romans cut off the city's water supply, hoping to force the inhabitants to surrender. But the Jews knew of a secret passageway and were able to access the Siloam Tunnel. This allowed them to continue fighting the Romans and hold out for as long as they did. Today, visitors can explore the Siloam Tunnel for themselves. Walking through its ancient passageways is a humbling experience. It's hard to imagine the ingenuity and determination it took to dig such a long tunnel through solid rock. Yet here it is, a testament to the power of human effort and the importance of water to human survival. What do you think about the Siloam Tunnel? Is it amazing to you that such a long tunnel could be dug by hand? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. But in the meantime, check out these videos, which we think you'll really enjoy. And until next time, remember, God bless you, and remember, you are awesome.